everybody, I got a tip. If you want me here, take a trip. It make you holler, it make you shout. Come along with me, we're tripping now. Now listen, girls, and listen, boys. These little things, they ain't no toys. They are for real, know what I mean. They make you holler, they make you shout. Come on, baby, we'll trip on out.
Hey, what is going on, y'all? Can you hear me? What's up, Gilf? It is amazing what you find in dumpsters. I've done it, but I've not been a huge dumpster diver. But like I've seen YouTube videos, and I've known people that do it. When they closed the Radio Shack, well, they were just moving locations, but when they shut it down, a friend of mine's like, "Hey, let's go see what Radio Shack's got in their dumpster." I'm like, "They're not gonna throw away anything good." I was wrong. Like they had brand new Fuzzbusters still in the box, phones. I mean, all kinds of stuff. It was brand new, not a damn thing wrong with it. So I wound up having a bunch of radar detectors to sell real cheap. He got everything else, but it's amazing the stuff that people throw away. What's going on, Christy? What is up? You've been blocked. What's up, White Claw? What's up, Sarah Luco? What's up, Junie? What's up, Matt? What's up, Dead Twist? Just randomly happened to wind up here, huh? What else was there? Yeah, like when they started closing down all the music stores. One actually just down the block from the Radio Shack. They threw away a bunch of CDs. Now 99.9% of it was music that I can't fucking stand. But I found out that CDs make good targets. I don't know what we got, people. There's a lot of stuff I could speak on. Some of it I just don't feel like it. Some of it I just don't care. I do want to straighten one thing out, though. When I said stop paying attention to the quote unquote other side, I'm not saying don't call them out for their bullshit. I'm saying if it upsets you, don't fucking watch it. If you got people, if you ignore it, but people are still sending you stuff, ask them not to. And if they're really your friend, they'll understand and they'll stop. If they don't stop, you have to question the motivations. Yeah, I don't mean don't call them out on their bullshit. I mean, don't let them see you spurg and never let them see you upset. That's all they have. That's the only power that they have is upsetting people. So don't give it to them. Oh, you didn't miss anything, Melinda. Glad you're here, though. What is up, Annoyed? If that's the real Annoyed. This Annoyed says, I have no friends. I'm a loser. Well, that qualifies about 80% of the people here. Oh yes, coffee creamer, dry coffee creamer is very flammable. Yes, indeed. Hey, what is up, General? You didn't miss anything either. You guys know more about what's going on than I do. I missed. I was listening to. I missed it live, but I was listening to Constantine's this morning, and they were saying on there that Telly might be some of the alts that we thought were. Um, yeah, what's his name? Come on, help me out here. I'm having a brain fart. I just had the name right there. Now it's gone. You'd rather be a loser than a Nunyonite, though. Well, a Nunyonite is an extreme form of a loser, but I understand what you're saying. What's up, Dixon Cider? Yeah, I got hurt on the job today, but I get paid cash, so I mean it's not bad enough to do anything with anyway. But what the old farm guy told me, son, go home and soak it in cider. Well, I don't have any cider at my house. Probably have to go to the bar later. One of those situations where you tell somebody, hey, when I tell you, hit the ignition. And then they just do it immediately without waiting to be told. Yeah. I learned some four-letter words that I didn't know existed today. What is it we're supposed to call them now? Predonites or something? Predonites, is that right? I like it. It fits. M starts with an M. Damn it. That I just had the dude's name. We ran him out of here over a year ago. Again. He's the one he beat up the what, like 16-year-old retarded kid at his job. Come on, help me out. Hebrew. God damn it. Why was I thinking M? Yes, thank you, Dixon Cider. That they were saying on Constantine's, I believe it was last night, that they think, I don't know why they think this, but they think some of the accounts that we thought were Hebrew were actually Telly, which would not surprise me at all. I don't know why they think this, but Hammer, that's why I'm thinking M's, is because of the two M's together. Yeah, you get yeah. Thanks, guys. No, not peanut butter. I actually don't. I think he was still lurking around for a while, and he might still be watching. But and for a while, like 5 times a week, there were peanut butter sightings. But some of them could have been, and some of them might not weren't. Because I know what words he spells wrong all the time. Simple little words. Telly brew. Yeah, I like it. What's up, Bibles and bananas? Yeah, I was wondering about that. What is the latest on PHI Junior? I know he had some court hearing or something in the last couple of days. Sometimes when you enter a plea agreement, sometimes they'll go ahead and sentence you right then. Sometimes they delay it. It just depends. Bibles and bananas. I saw I have a request for you on Instagram, but I thought you already had an Instagram. Is that? But sometimes people make fake accounts too that to make it look like it's somebody, so that they can infiltrate your private shit. So I've been debating if that's the actual you, then I'll go ahead and add you. But if not, be advised somebody's impersonating you on Instagram. Just started. Okay, right on. I must have been thinking of somebody else. Yeah, uh, Dead Twist is so good at faking accounts that he can wrench them in the process. Of course, it's always Melinda acts so, it's always the quiet ones. It's always the quiet ones. Wouldn't that be hilarious if we found out that Melinda was behind all of these nasty alts? Actually, it would be funny. I guess Tommy Boy's alts. I mean, it was no surprise to me that they were him. I mean, to me, it was pretty obvious, most of them, but I don't know why people are so surprised. Scam you. Yeah, I thought her too. If y'all don't know that story, I did not know who Scamula was. I had never seen her around. I had no clue. And this was shortly after Locke started his channel. She comes up and starts accusing, saying, Bill doxed me and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bitch, I don't even know you. I don't know why she thought I doxed her. I literally had never heard of her before that. Yeah, TBS and FCC are the same person with a voice changer. I also knew that all along. Go ahead and say it, Junie. Let it rip. We don't judge. I think I pinned the. I think I pinned the link, but half the time when I think I pinned the link, I somehow it didn't get pinned. Anybody is welcome to jump up here. In fact, right now for a limited time, I will even let most of the people that I don't usually let up here. I'll let them up. This is a one time only thing. I'm not saying I'm gonna have them up for long, but I'll let them up right now. If anybody says that they are blocked, the only people that are blocked here are porn bombers and about half a dozen of Ryan's accounts. But other than that, nobody is blocked off of my StreamYard. All right, I see you. It's up to you if you want to keep your camera on or not. Just in case, ladies, cover your eyes. I'm not sure who this is. Oh, yeah, okay. I can see. Duh.
Yeah, I'm having some trouble. I'm turning into a big, fat, massive homosexual.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, some hobos down the track. They done it to me. They done it good. And also
They're,
got
they're, 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 Well, Nunya would definitely make you rethink your ways if you happen to see her naked. Um,
Yeah, I was gonna
there's
go to the
nothing wrong.
club, fuck some bitches, and then I saw Nunya, and like everything shrunk up.
Well, sometimes it takes a homeless guy to bring it all back out. You do
Yeah,
what you got to do. There's nothing wrong with it.
there's probably some up here by the bridge. Told ya,
That's a good place to find them.
I'm getting out. I'm doing things. Doing things. Useless, weird, stupid things. But I'm doing things. See the beautiful mountain view back there?
It is.
Same. Uh,
Oh shit! What did I just do? Hold on. I accidentally muted you. Sorry. All right. I was trying to make it big, and I hit the wrong one.
is it? No. Let me show. Uh, how's my buddy Caleb doing?
I don't know. I've not been able to find out. They probably said it in chat when I wasn't looking.
She used all of her superpowers to make him not register that, or did she flip out in court and they didn't get finished?
It's
You're
hard
on.
telling. Like literally nothing would surprise me.
Yeah, like her hop out. Your Honor, you're a bad protector. All right, I gotta finish my super important work here. I'm gonna drop down, but I'm gonna keep it in my pocket, listening, just in case you
Right
do
on.
something that, just in case you do something that I hate.
Well, if you're gonna keep blowing 5 homeless guys at a time, you might want to invest in some oxygen. I'm just saying.
Ooh, look at the pretty smooth rock. I should get that. Where's my house? I don't know what to do. Ah, shit. And here comes somebody along just when I was going to do what I was going to do down here with a dachshund, I believe. Always people. You can't even get away from people under the bridge. All right. Well, I'll talk to you later.
All right, JT. I appreciate you touching grass and showing us. You, you know, I appreciate you showing us touching grass. It's more than most of them do around here.
That's why you
Oh,
didn't even
what I just
recognize
do.
me at first because there was sky behind me.
I've never seen you in clothes. Give me a break.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Right on. Thanks for coming up. All right. Matt says he pled out kind of a gravy sentence, but seems like he will have to register for at least 8 years. Yeah, that is. Uh, did he get any time at all? Well, that's the thing. I'm sure he's got at least probation. And if he fucks up, then he'll have to do whatever he's probated for. Yeah, and it sounds like he likes the substances a little bit, so he'll probably fuck up somewhere. Hopefully, it won't touch another kid in the process. What's up, cardio? Damn, sorry if I missed anybody. What's up, hunchback? 8 year sentence with 5 suspended. So he's going to have to do. He's got to do 3 years, and then he'll probably, if he behaves himself and lives, um, he'll probably be out in 20 months. So he'll do his jail time and then probably have 5 years probation and then the 8 year registry. It sucks you don't have to register for life, but that's one of the problems with Indiana. He's not doing any jail time. So what's the hold on, let me reread that. He's got 8 years, but 5 of it is suspended. So if 5 is suspended, then what are they doing with the other? Usually what that means is they give you 8 years, but they suspend 5, which means you got to do 3. The 3 years is house arrest. Okay. You're not sure how. Okay, right on. Yeah, house arrest is kind of a, but house arrest is pretty. Did it say if he'll be on a GPS monitor? It seems like an awful lot of people fuck up their house arrest. Like I've known people that fucked up their house arrest and like all they did was stop off to get cigarettes on their way home from work, and somehow they got caught. But he did plead guilty on the molestation charge. Yeah, at least somebody's keeping an eye on him. Why did Daddy Fellows spend 100 grand on Jason Fellows' court if he's against Preds? Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, if he fucks up his house arrest or his probation, he could do the whole 8 years. They don't always make it. It kind of depends on the judge. Like if he's got 2 years of his house arrest done, sometimes they'll knock that 2 years off and count it as being in custody. So sometimes they get credit for that. Why is Mitch not criticized, arrested EDD yet? Because Mitch is a big old fucking hypocrite who creeps on 16-year-old kids. In case y'all haven't figured it, I mean, he's a one-trick pony, but Mitch is a flim flam, man. Like, look at all the people that Mitch, his friends, that are on um, the Grifties that they've been nominated. Liz, she's been nominated for the Grifties. In fact, I think she came in like second. I can't remember when, but yeah. And people think that the Grifties has something to do with our whole thing, and they really don't. And they actually, like, you can submit names, but they actually look into it to make sure that the person is actually a grifter. It's not like you can just throw a name in and they just throw it up there. And Tommy and Liz, like, they beat out people like the Hawk Tuah girl and politicians. But yeah, Matt, we do appreciate you keeping an eye on things. What's going on, Anthony? Yeah, that's else I didn't make clear in my little speech about the Anthony situation. I don't know what else you would call it but a situation. Um, I'm not saying that Anthony's not responsible for his actions. I'm just saying that he was asked to do something, and when things went wrong, he kind of got thrown under the bus. I mean, he wasn't told specifically to do some things that he did that pissed people off, but he was going to have to, in order to infiltrate something, you got to be believable, or it's not going to work. And with as outspoken as he's been in the past, he was going to have to be over the top. And I know it pissed some people off. He said some things that I didn't like. And that's when I hit him up. I'm like, dude, like, what are you pulling some kind of undercover operation? And of course, when you're doing stuff like that, you really can't tell anybody that doesn't need to know, because the more people that know about it, the bigger chance there is of it getting leaked. And then the whole thing's for nothing. So I get it. Well, at least even if you don't have to register after 8 years, at least he has that felony on his record forever. Hey, what's up, Billy? So now is there a victim? That is a good question. I would like to hear. Isn't Gabby supposed to go up on somebody's channel? NTF? Isn't Gabby supposed to go up on NTF's channel and explain things? Has anyone talked to Bill about his new shoes? Yeah, they think they're sexy. Trust me, I would not spend money on something like that. One of my sea monkey admirers sent them to me. Not something I would wear at the grocery store, but I think they're going to be good for out in the woods and stuff because they're nice and quiet. Right on, Miranda. Take it easy. Yeah, I wonder what address he gave, where he's gonna do his house arrest. Because they gotta know where you're at. Plus, he'll have to stay inside with his porch light off for Halloween. I think that's part of the standard in India. Well, probably every state. If you have to register, you're not allowed outside on Halloween and some certain other times too. Yeah, dead twist. You're lucky. Just to fill you in, Miss Holier than thou herself, PHI. Her son got busted for child molesting. That's what that's about. And she tried to defend him. She said there was no victim if there's no conviction. Even though she's exposed how many people? You know what I mean? It just don't jive. We should make him go house to house and get signature. I'm not sure if that passed. I know a few years ago there was something going through Indiana legislature where it's been more than a few years ago, but why anybody was fighting it, I have no idea. But they wanted to make it so, and it might be that way now. If you get convicted of something like that, your neighbors do get a letter. But I don't know if that got passed or not. What's up, Susan? Yeah. Definitely everybody should know. Well, I mean, obviously we all wanted prison time, but at least now, if anybody cares to look into it, whether it's some woman that he's dating or a job or whatever, at least it'll be available to be found out pretty easily. Tell you what, and really, if for guys too, if you're starting to date somebody new, I mean, I used to think that was kind of being paranoid, until I had a daughter, but you just don't know anymore. And granted, it's only going to show you anything if they've been caught, but I don't know. In one way, it's kind of nosy or whatever, but you really got to be when it comes, especially if you have kids. Indiana Department of Correction does have a passive notification system where individuals can sign up for email or phone alerts if a registered offender moves into their neighborhood. Okay, so you got to sign up for it. No, Danielle, nobody's talked about tits yet, but since you mentioned it, we can definitely talk about tits. We can talk about yours if you want. Just make sure you're ready to show the class. Billionites, I like it. Somebody put a patent on it. I want a quarter anytime somebody says it. I'm down, Danielle. I only had two. I mean, we can still do it with just the two of you, but I only had two confirmed contestants, and I said we really needed at least three. Uh, but I guess if you're still down, uh, I can ask the other one if she's still down, and we can go ahead and do it. What's up, Shona? Well, laundromats are pretty boring, so at least you'll have something to watch. Just kind of on a side note for you younger fellas, even if you have your own washer and dryer, like I used to take my work clothes to the laundromat because I didn't want that grease and shit in my stuff, and big comforters and things, whatever. But there do be a lot of single younger females in laundromats, and once they find out, I mean, that's how I snagged my son's mom. Once they find out you got your own washer and dryer, man, Oh, you're at home? Well, yeah, we got laundromats out in the boondocks. They're in our little tiny one horse towns. Nice thing about living, well, I guess you could do it in town too, but the nice thing about living out here is you can line dry your clothes. Yeah, Danielle, our small towns are so boring. Most of them don't even have movie theaters. So doing laundry is kind of a social event. And if somebody has something really bright and colorful to put in the dryer, those big dryers with the glass windows, like the whole town will bring their lawn chairs and set up around it. And we just have a good old time watching people dry their aunt's crocheted comforters. It's pretty fun. YouTube is suggesting a vid of a chick downing an 8 pound, 32-inch burrito. Well, it's a good start. Yeah, Shawnee, get your undies out and show the class, would you? Gail, if we were just actually, no, one interesting thing is not quite clear on everything, but uh, PHI has like 3 years of house arrest and then 5 years of probation after it. Plus, he has to register as a sex offender. But other than that, the only more interesting thing we were talking about is community laundry. What's up, American Smoker? Did you just hear my update? If not, I'll repeat it one more time. Yes, those are in fact the same washers and dryers that stepsisters get caught in. Look, there's not a whole lot of options around here. So if your sister is hot, I mean, is she still around? I don't know. There were a bunch of people I never resubbed to on this channel. Yeah, Frogger needs to get over it. Yeah, I agree. He should have got jail. But the thing about house arrest and probation is that, especially for that long, people tend to fuck it up. Hopefully, it won't be because he's dealing with another kid, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't. Uh, well, I guess we know what Danielle watches in her off time. I don't really watch porn anymore. Like if somebody sends me something, most of the time I'll watch it. It's usually something either really disgusting or really funny or both. Uh, but back in the day when the internet, when I was a young man, porn was a highly traded commodity. Like you had to have a perverted uncle to steal his magazines from. And if you managed to somehow get a hold of a VHS tape that had been copied 40 times so it was barely readable, um, like it was a big deal. But then when the internet came along and all of a sudden you get all kinds of nasty shit for free, oh man. But like when they, even though you know they're not really related, when they would put shit like Step Brother, I don't know, it just was a complete no for me. Even though you know they're not really related, it just fucking kind of for me it kills the mood. I don't care how hot he is, it's just gonna kill it for me. Oh yeah, yeah, Danielle, I've got a button. It doesn't say what it's for. It just says press this button upon my demise. So somebody will press a button and then probably hear a very large explosion. Yeah, really. Who? What's okay? What? I missed something. Are y'all arguing about something? Yeah, that twist. To this day, there's an ammo box just filled with '80s porn buried in the woods. It's still there. Yeah, I'm sure. Danielle, you gave it to the neighbor after you took out what you wanted. I know how that works. Oh, dude, porn is terrifying on a big screen. Unless you're a pro. You need six pack ab implants if you. I disagree. I disagree. I can snag any lady I want just with my charm and wit. There you go. She just confirmed it. It's all about the dick pics, man. They usually, when you send them a nice dick pic, they don't usually look any higher than that. So it's all good. My offer still stands about the life insurance. I don't have a giant beer belly though. That's the thing. I am heavier now than I've ever been, but that's just because I've been waiting around to have surgery and I haven't been as active as I used to be. But nope, I don't have a giant beer belly. I don't have a six pack of I don't have six pack abs anymore either though. Porn destroys a young man's brain. It really does, man. People get addicted to porn. That's the thing. You spend all your time watching porn. You're not spending your time. You're not gonna get a real girl that way. And trust me, there is nothing better than to actually feel. But the thing is whatever sick, twisted shit you're into, if you don't find a girl that's into the same sick, twisted shit, and you'd be surprised really at what some of them are into, uh, but you're not going to be happy. It's going to ruin sex for you. And that porn star is not going to come and make you a sandwich or throw you out of jail. And there's always bird watching. Danielle's getting all worked up. I like it. Start over. Damn you, bad guy. You didn't miss anything unless you want to know the finer points of folding laundry. We did go over PHI's Chomo's son. Got 3 years house arrest, 5 years probation, and he has to register as a pervert. I mean, sex offender. Yeah, it was the laundry that got Danielle all worked up. She's very lucky I don't kiss and tell. You're damn right, Meth Claus. It would take. I actually have a lot of clothes. It's just that I only wear my like 3 pairs of jeans that I rotate in and out of the laundry, and my fuck me boots up to here. Here's a pro tip for laundromats: is make sure you bring your own pen and paper, because people will come in there and they will take up every single fucking dryer. So what I used to do is I would make my own out of order sign or signs and put the signs on a couple of dryers. That way, when the time came, I didn't have to wait, because you'll be there all fucking night. You've been blocked. No, I'm dead serious. If you go to a laundromat, that's really is partially how I got my son's mom that I was with for 15 years, just because I had my own washer and dryer. People hate the laundromat, but if you just strike a conversation with a nice MILF and be like, "Hey, I don't really need to be here. I've got my own washer and dryer." They're like their panties just immediately drop off. And then of course you have to make the invitation, let them know that they can use your washer and dryer if they ever really need to. In fact, I used to have business cards printed up. It just had my name and phone number and says has own washer and dryer. Plus laundromats are expensive and single mommies are broke. And of course you gotta do something. Oh, by the way, getting a blowjob sitting on top of a washing machine while it's on spin cycle is actually pretty. It's I suggest you try it. You get not everything I own is camouflage, just most of it. I mean, if the Russians invade, how are you supposed to get your? Well, I don't really wear underwear most of the time, but if the Russians invade, how are you supposed to get your BDUs clean without being seen? Clothes are overrated anyway. Sam's Clit, why are you so interested in my new shoes? Are you some kind of foot fetish pervert? I can tell you right now, I don't swing that way. Just so you know, stay out of my DMs. You're not getting any more pictures. I hate texting. Of course, you know that. Yep, you guys just turned my cock. No, that's actually no shit, Sam's Clit. Yeah, the Russians would definitely have me in that situation. It's probably part of their plan. Yeah, yeah. The girl that sent him to me, she's probably been working for the Russians this whole time. Damn it. I really liked her too. Oh well. Guess I'll have to cut off her head and bury it somewhere. Yeah, they are actually uh, Chucks. I didn't know that. I like Chucks. I haven't had any in a long time, but like they're the real thing. I sure as hell wouldn't spend however much on them. I guess I really don't know how much you paid for them, but I don't. I imagine they're probably not super cheap. Size. How the fuck did you know my size? Unless you're her, which I didn't. I don't think you are. They're not. They're size 12, but they're not. Well, how the fuck did you know that? I'm a little worried now. Maybe you're not who I thought you were. No, they say 12 men's right on their Sam's clip. At least I think that's what it says. Sam's clip. Why do you know so much about young teens' footwear? I would have no clue what teenagers wear. It's a little concerning that you would know that. Yeah, I had. I mean, that's why she sent these. It was really more of a joke, but we were talking, and I was telling her about the back when Doc Martens were made in the UK. They were actually a good boot. But I always called them my fuck me boots up to here. I quit wearing them because the fucking neo Nazis started wearing them all the time, and they got to be associated. I mean, like all who were into punk rock wore them, and then they became like a fucking neo Nazi thing. And yeah, Even though I sold guns to neo-Nazis, I'm not down with them. They're made in China now. They're I don't know, China or Bangladesh. They're not made in the UK anymore, and they're junk. I got a pair, I don't know, like 5 years ago, and I ended up giving them away. Oh, is the style coming back around? I don't know. I don't pay. I'm so fucking off grid. I have no clue what's in and what's out. I don't really do anything for looks. Everything I do, well, I mean, except for those boots, everything I do has a practical purpose. Doc Martens are gay, you motherfucker. Something I think is hilarious is like I didn't wear the fucking like the gay fucking pilot hat or what military whatever the fuck they were, and everybody was imitating Rob Halford, wearing the like all the spike shit. And I think some of the spike shit was cool. I just didn't really. I didn't. I had some, but I just didn't really wear it. And then Rob Halford came out as gay, and all these dudes were like, "Oh, yeah." It was funny. Which, by the way, I'm gonna gloat a little bit again because I've always said that hip hop guys and rap guys were all fags. Well, with the Diddy trial, now we know that it's confirmed. So all you hip hop and rap guys are fags as far as I'm concerned. Skinny jeans, I was never into skinny jeans. They fucking skinny jeans mash your balls something terribly. Skinny jeans aren't my forte. I'm too old to try to dress like a teeny bopper anyway. It's like when you see a 70-year-old rock star like uh, David Coverdale. Actually, he's probably closer to 80, but like he's up on stage still thrashing his hips around like when he was 25, and it just ain't working, fella. Just stop it. I'm glad to see you back up on stage, but nah. Yeah, I don't think guys should wear skinny jeans either. What's up, Michelle? Bring back bootcut jeans. I didn't know they ever left. That's how far out of touch with fashion I am. I used to dress. Well, I mean, I still do, but I dressed in ripped up jeans and flannel shirts because it's what I had. You always got clothes for Christmas that were two sizes too big, so by the time they actually fit, the knees were all ripped out of them. You just get flannel shirts around here because it gets fucking cold. And then all of a sudden it was in, and I had all these fucking, now we would call them hipsters, but posers or whatever, asking me for fashion advice. Like, how did you get those reads? How'd you get? I made a lot of money off them fuckers because I would take their jeans home and blast them with a shotgun for $5 a pop. And that was in the 90s. Um, so I quit dressing like that because I didn't want to be like everybody else. Never really cared about it before then, but they were just pissing me off. So I started dressing all black. Well, then Marilyn Manson came around. And once again, I had these fucking hipster faggots asking me for fucking fashion tips. So So I started going naked. And what do you know? Everybody else, no, you know how it works. Mills and camo thong. You had me up until the last part. I'm not really into meth chicks. Or Brett might. Yeah, I never dressed like I didn't wear all the bandanas and all that shit. If I had a bandana on me, it had a reason. Now, I'm not I do like hair metal, but I'm not a big Poison fan, but when I was in high school, I always made sure I had Poison in my car because if you wanted to get a hand job from a strange chick, if you just started playing Every Rose Has Its Thorn, you're gonna get a hand job. Yeah, Gray Man. That's not standing out is really the way to go. Yeah, I'm not really into the deadhead thing either. I mean, I have owned a few tie dye shirts, but just wasn't my scene. You're introducing Jonathan. Oh wow, that's something else I try to avoid. Although they're putting it in everything now. Like I've had prescriptions for the patches and stuff. Somebody was saying that Jeff hasn't been live in a few days. Is that? Can you guys confirm that? Something about a surgery on a Sunday, and I don't know. I think it's an emergency. They do surgeries on Sundays, but I guess I don't really know if they schedule just routine stuff. I don't know. But his story changed again. Apparently, he actually might have a cantaloupe-sized tumor in his skull because something has to occupy the space in there, and we know it's not a brain. Hey, bullet. Damn it, I can't talk. Bulletproof vest cancer is a concern. Yeah, that's a terrible place to get cancer. Well, that'll be the next thing annoyed is Jeff will go live and be like, "All right, guys, I died. I'm dead, but God has allowed me to stream from beyond the grave." I kind of doubt Cat Greed. Has she ever actually shown a motorcycle? Because I'm just not buying that story. You bastard annoyed. You would have to say that. You know what? You can eat all the brine shrimp you want because sea monkeys are not brine shrimp. Just so you know, we are one evolution above. But I mean, I know what you're getting at, and it's pretty racist of you. Um, yeah, where'd he go? I still want to know how the fuck you knew my shoe size. Unless you're not who I thought you were. Or maybe I showed up by accident. I just don't realize I did it. Well, annoyed. I mean, you don't really need an excuse to be an ass. We know. So either I accidentally showed my shoe size and don't realize I did it. You're not who I thought you were, or you're getting really good at this doxing thing. I really, seriously, I would like to know which of the above it is, or a really lucky guess. I'll accept that as an answer too. Well, I mean, Danielle, you've seen my dick. You can probably guess my shoe size because they say, and I don't know if 12 is good or bad, but um, they say that your shoe size reflects the size of you know, your fun flap. I don't know, ladies, is that true? Like the bigger the guy's, I mean, yeah, the bigger the dude's shoes are, the bigger of a person he is, but it doesn't seem that the size of the person is indicative of the size of their member. Thanks God, even though I'm not a big guy, but when I was doing orgies, my nickname was Tripod, just so you know. What's going on, Lisa? Someone please send something. Cat. Yeah, they just bought a bunch of warmer and stuff for the damn cats. I personally just want to stuff them in a gunny sack and throw them in the river. But that's not my call to make. Yeah, if you can, for real though, I will give anything that I get today. I will give to them to pay for them fucking cats. They just bought a bunch of like flea stuff and warmer and whatever else they bought. I don't know, and I don't know how much they spent. Little Nipper. Well, I mean, hey, what's up, Tony D? See, we start talking about dicks, and all these ladies appear. I got a feeling they've been listening the whole time. Who's up to me? It's not a name was tripod because well, I mean, my nickname was still tripod. It doesn't change that. That is funny though. If you know the answer but are too ashamed to say that you know the answer. I'm sure Jen A will have some interesting input, but really, does the guy's shoe size reflect the size of his, you know, his thingy? Oh, did I miss Robbie? What's up, Robbie? Oh, there he is. Yep, you did hear. We've been talking a lot about Dick today. I guess we gotta be, I guess we gotta be fair because we talk about movies most of the time. Yes, okay, thank you. Fatal Little Beats, man. You guys are really getting good at researching people. I don't know how you know all this shit. But then again, I've had a lot of ambient live streams that I don't remember. I probably told all already. That's why I have my if I go live just through YouTube and I don't use StreamYard, at the end of the stream it automatically saves to private and I put it that way just just to make sure. Most of the ambient streams get deleted. How long have we been out for this? Okay, not that long. CP Long Island is having a long catch. Predator Poacher, somebody's having a live catch. Unless those are old. I don't know. I don't know how long they've been up. Oh no, they both just went up a few minutes ago. All right, y'all. I appreciate you talking about dicks and what else did we talk? That was pretty much it. Pretty much talked about dicks the whole time. But I'm gonna jump off of here. I don't know who's going live later on, if anybody. Hell, who knows? If nobody else does, I might go again later. Some jackholes are conspiring to mess with TBS. Again, they've already done that. Why are they? I mean, they're accusing him of like doxing and shit, which he never doxed anything that wasn't already known. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but they've already done that to him. I mean, I don't know what they think they're gonna. People got nothing. They got nothing going on in their lives. They're so miserable that they have to try to make other people miserable, and it usually doesn't work. It just goes to show if you even rock with them, you're a piece of shit. I don't care. You're either a piece of shit or you're being taken advantage of because you're a retard. I see a lot of that over there too. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Tommy Boys, and we've called each other out before, but he doesn't deserve he doesn't deserve that. All right, y'all. Try not to suck unless you're sucking me. All right, stay weird.